Hi, Uncle Bumpy here again. Well, some time ago I showed you how to open up the watch pocket in a pair of bib overalls. We took out the black stitching that runs about the first inch underneath the snap, so we could make the opening a little bigger, and then you could put larger items in here that you wanted to secure. Well, we've heard from a couple of you that said, yeah, that works okay, but they've got some slightly bigger things that they wanted to put inside that pocket, and they wouldn't fit. Now, you know, you can't put your whole tool chest in here, guys, but we get that. So we can enlarge this pocket by about 20-25% by taking out the seam that runs right down, this double seam here that runs right down here on the bib pocket, and that's just on the inside of the two buttonholes for the pen holders. The only disadvantage you're going to have is if you do this, you will get extra space, but you're not going to have, the pens and the pencils aren't going to be quite as steady in this pocket. But if you don't carry your pen or your pencil there, you carry them somewhere else, well, then it's no big deal. So how do we do this? Well, first of all, you need to pick a cutting tool to get this done. Now, I have selected a number of cutting tools that I have here, but it's just like everything else. You really need to pick the right tool for the right job. So, you know, that's still a little big. This one could work because it's got a real nice sharp point on it. Because what we have to do is we have to get underneath a piece of the stitching along here, and you got to be very careful so you don't pull a strand out of the denim. You got to be gentle. Guys, you got to be gentle when you do this. In fact, it might even be a good idea if you asked your mom, your wife, or your girlfriend to help you out with this. Or you can go in on the inside and you can pick that thread. But again, you have to be careful because what you're working with on the inside is pocket material, and you don't want to start poking that and fraying that and creating a hole in that material either. So the very best thing to use for this is a seam ripper. Now, you're probably not going to find a seam ripper in the standard guy's tool chest. However, if you go to your mom, your wife, or sweetheart and ask them if, excuse me, you can borrow the seam ripper from their sewing kit. Now, if you have a habit of borrowing things like this and forgetting to get them back to them, you might have to make promises, or they're just going to help you with it. But what you do here is you take that seam ripper, and again, you go through that loop, and it cuts. You get a thread in there, and it cuts real easy. Once you've got a few of them cut, you can start pulling that thread out. Now, in case you're going, wow, he really knows how to do it, I do have to admit that before I came today, I actually started this process. So you get that seam out of there. You don't have to take it past this double stitching here. You want to stay on the inside of that. Protect the integrity of the other stitching. So there you go. We basically got that up. So now, we now have, instead of a pocket that just went from here to here, we've now got the whole half a pocket here that you can put things in. So there you are. If you need a lid, if you're looking for an extra pocket on a bib overall and you want it secure, because when you put things in there, this flap is pretty good to keep stuff in there. But that'll give you an extra larger pocket in the bib. And you trim these threads off and nobody will know the difference. For helpful hints like this, be sure to subscribe down below or check out the videos over there. I'm Uncle Bumpy. Wear your work clothes your bib overalls in safety and good health. Thank you very much.